Nick Hart from Backstreet Boys.
Shout out to Boy Band Break.
It's Chris Kirkpatrick here. Shout out to your podcast, Boy Band Break.
Everybody, this is Howie D, and I'm listening to Boy Band Break.
Hi, Ashley Parker Angel here. Huge shout out to the Boy Band Break podcast.
This is Brad from LFO, and you are listening to Boy Band Break.
Hey, what's up? This is Jacob.
It's Dan.
What's up? It's Trevor.
And it's Eric Michael, and it's time for Boy Band Break, baby. Let's go!
Bam, 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 bam.
Welcome back to Boy Band Break. We encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some boy band conversation. As always, I'm Cinzia.
I'm Sophia.
And Lydia, aka Mama Lou, is not here today because, what day is it? Because she has her anime club tonight. So she's doing that. So, yeah. So,
we'll miss her, but she'll be back in another episode.
She'll be back in
not to worry.
Next month, maybe. I don't know. Whenever the desire comes.
Whenever she can.
Whenever she's available. She leads a busy life. Exciting for her VTuber. I don't know if she shared this with you yet.
I believe she did. Yes.
That she finally got a food sponsor.
No, she hasn't.
Okay, what did she share with you?
I think she shared that she was in the process of doing that.
Yes.
Or something like that.
And do not quote me on which food. So Lydia's VTuber is kind of like that cartoon character, but she like does stuff and it captures the movements and stuff. But one of the cool things she does is this like cooking segment where she's wearing like a full on like green suit or blue suit. I don't know what color it is, but she basically cooks and her cartoon character cooks and her hand movements are actually real and stuff like that. So since she had the Japanese students for this, so she used to do that on Sunday nights, but since she had the students, her schedule was all messed up. But now she's back to now she's just doing Monday to Friday. So I believe it's the Monday show that she's doing it. So one of the food box sponsors, which I cannot recall which one it is, reached out and stuff. So now she's actually has free food sponsor to cook the it was like a HelloFresh or a Good.
Ooh, nice. That's really good. So,
yeah,
so she just started it, right? This cooking.
Been doing it since this year, yeah. So
that's really good.
Yeah. So
usually it takes a long time, I've heard.
And I believe she said she's now up to 20,000 followers on YouTube or something.
Yes,
so
I heard that. That's congratulations, Lydia. That's amazing.
Yes. So I guess last week was the pre-food thing. So they had to go through the list and then her viewers decided which ones they're going to cook. And then this week is when the cooking is happening. So very exciting.
It's always good to have audience participation. That makes it more fun.
Exactly, for sure. So congratulations to her. Speaking of congratulations, a few weeks back, we had our seventh
annual Boy Band Break. Fantasy draft. Where we chose our own boy band members to make our own boy band.
So just a reminder for who the teams were, we had Chicago Mix, which had JC, AJ, Eric Michael Estrada, Joey McIntyre, and Nick Lachey, and that was Lydia's band. Sophia's band was Block Street Town, BST, with Nick Carter, Trevor Pennick, Kevin Richardson, Jacob Underwood, and Jordan Knight. Then my band was Sparkling Dynamite. I don't know. And that was Chris Kirkpatrick, Jeff Timmons, Lance Bass, Nick Jonas, and Dan Miller from O-Town. And then finally, the Lubot had Wild For You, and that was Joey Fatone, Howie D from the Backstreet Boys, Donnie Wahlberg, Justin Timberlake, and Ashley Parker Angel. And the winner is, drumroll please, for the multiple years in a row, Block Street Town, BST, which is Sophia's band.
Woo!
However,
BST,
I do want to point out,
because our group won best for another year.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who voted for my group. We are number one for another year.
Another one.
22 points for my group to Chicago Mix's Lydia's Chicago Mix to 19 points.
So it was actually very close this year, and Lydia was very close to dethroning Sophia. But alas, she gets to have bragging privileges.
We have uplifted our group with Nick Carter in it, Kevin Richardson, Trevor Pennick, Jacob Underwood, and Jordan Knight. See?
So there you go.
You never go wrong. with any of these boy band members.
Yes. So congratulations, Sophia, on another successful year for you.
Yes, it was fun.
So what else were we going to do? So a bunch of little boy bandy updates have happened in the last few weeks. So we figured,
and we haven't done one in a while, so we thought we would do it up a little.
All right, which band do we? Let's start with Nick Carter.
That is a good plan.
This is airing on Sunday, right? This Sunday? Yes. So it'll be kicking off our Nick Carter week. So Sophia and I will be seeing Nick Carter not 1, not 2, but 3 times this week. So we're starting off on Monday, September 30th in Toronto.
At the Opera House?
The Opera House. So that is a general admission concert. So I'm trying to remember where the Opera House is, and I can't remember.
I am also trying to remember because I have not been there in a very long time. And
I feel like I've gone to there a lot of times, and I think I'm going to drop the name here. I think Serial Joe may have played there back in the day, but
we haven't heard of a
we have not heard of them in a while. So
dropping of the name in a while. So you're more than welcome to do that.
It's in Toronto. I'll figure out where. I quickly Google mapped it earlier. It's about 15 minutes from Union Station.
Yeah, I saw it in the Google Maps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
I don't know. It's been a while.
Fun.
I feel like if you haven't been there for a long time, you're like, couldn't tell you.
And then there's a few days off in between, but then Friday and Saturday, Nick will be making his triumphant return to Fallsview Casino. Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, in the Avalon Ballroom. I was just checking tickets a little bit earlier, and it's mostly sold out. I think one of the days has 6 tickets and one has 15 tickets left.
Yeah, he did a really good job selling those out. I was like, wow. Good job, Nick.
And it's one of the only weekend shows, I think, of the tour. Yeah. So that always helps for that. And
it definitely helps because people are working.
A nice venue. So
yes. And he performed last year in November. So it's almost a year.
Yes.
That we last saw him.
Slightly warmer this time because it's October. So so if you do see us, feel free to
say hi, take pictures with each other. All the fun things that we do.
Bracelets? Sorry? That's a lot of work. I said, should we make more bracelets? And I was like, man, that was a lot of work last year. So if we have time, maybe.
If there's time, we can make more bracelets, but don't hold your breath.
Well, anyways, if you see us, come say hi, take a picture with us because I like to take selfies with people. So
it's a good time.
Yes. So a cool thing that Nick launched probably about a week ago or so is that as of before, there was no opening act for the tour.
Yes.
So he started a contest that you could actually apply to be the opening act for him. So you get to perform 1 or 2 songs on stage. So we had a thing where you could record videos of yourself.
What was the hashtag? It was on Twitter. Who I am new artist, I think.
I think it was Who I Am New Artist. Let me just check.
Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he already chose a couple of people.
Yeah, so he's letting people know kind of the day before or the day of. So it's called Calling all aspiring musicians. I'm looking for local artists to come open up for me in select cities on the upcoming North American leg of the Who I Am tour. Starting today, you can send your video. So this was September 10th of cover or original music. And then the hashtag for that became, what did it become? Who I Am. Yes. Who I Am New Artist.
And then he went on Instagram Live and was like, since there's people sending videos from all over the country, he's going to fly someone in who's not a local to the city so they can perform.
Cool. Nice. Yeah. That's fun. Yeah. So he's kind of.
And the one in Ohio, it was like a serendipity moment, I guess, if you will.
Yes.
He went to go have coffee. And the barista is, I guess, like a singer or something.
His name, I believe, was Jordan.
Something.
Les or something?
Something like that. And I was like, wow, this is like a Hallmark movie.
Yes, Jordan Tellez.
Tellez,
T-E-L-L-E-Z.
I was like, oh my God. He literally went to go get coffee and then found out the guy is a singer. So he's like, oh yes, you can open up for me. I'm like, oh wow, this is fantastic.
So basically,
anything can happen.
Celebrities, feel free to just sing your order. Here's your
Right?
coffee, whatever. So
But when I heard that story, I was like, wow, that could be like a Hallmark movie.
it did sound very like movie-like for sure.
Yeah.
So that was cute. Looks like as of now, he also announced his second one, which I believe the concert was yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday. And her name was, never mind. She's not actually. So he announced someone that's not till November.
Okay, sorry.
Mindy Davy. And then he's been kind of doing some React videos, listening to other people. There was this good girl the other day, Kelsey Watts.
So apparently Melinda, who used to manage, I guess, the Backstreet Boys or whatever, and NSYNC. I think she also is with this artist.
Oh, that's cool.
So because Nick saw, they're like, yes, she sings so well. So they were happy that he saw her singing.
Well, there you go. So that's exciting. So
Yeah.
like, it's kind of fun. Like I know people don't care as much, obviously, about the opening acts, but like I remember the last Canadian one he did. Dan Talevsky was there. He was really good.
Yeah, Dan Talevsky. Yeah.
And there was some other ones. So yeah.
And then there was like Sean Desmond.
Yeah. So Sean Desmond is making his way back to music now again.
Yes, I saw something like that on his Instagram or something. Yeah.
We got lots of good Canadian talent, so excited to see who he's going to pick. And I'm wondering if it's going to be the same person for all three shows, or maybe Toronto will be different than Niagara Falls. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe give each person a different day.
I told my friend that he should apply. His name is Brad James. We used to call him Hot Brad, because he was really hot. But then I realized we worked with another Brad, so I feel like calling him Hot Brad in front of other Brad was kind of awkward. But it was. This guy, he was a musician, and yeah. So, anyways, he still is a musician. Obviously.
And for the other some dates in Orlando and Texas, he announced California and Texas. For someone special.
Yes. So let me pull up that picture. Where did it go? Where is the picture?
On Facebook.
I did have it on Facebook, but I lost it.
There's also on
you know what? I'm sure it's on Twitter. So give me 1 second. There it is. On select dates, you're not going to get members of one boy band. You're going to get members of two boy bands.
Ooh, so exciting. Good job, O-Town. Congratulations.
Nick Carter's bringing O-Town. So Dan, Jacob, Trevor, and Eric Michael Estrada will be joining him for 7 dates. So starting October 17th in Modesto, California, then Vacaville, California, Folsom, California. Then he goes in November, Stafford, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Campbell, California, and the last one is San Ramon, California on November 23rd. So
California dates and Texas dates, and then obviously we're like,
and it's not
you should
all
bring O-Town to
dates,
Canada.
though.
We haven't seen O-Town in Canada in a long time.
Can I just say, when I saw the CA, I got super excited because sometimes they put Canada as CA, and then I was like, no, these are all California. I was like, damn it, O-Town, stop giving us the shaft. So
right? Come on, O-Town. I think we're still going.
Oh shoot, we gotta book
November,
that.
Right?
Yes. Which one were we doing? Philly, I think.
Philly, because it's on a Saturday.
Yes.
November 16th, I believe.
We need to book that sometime this week. Yes, okay. But yeah, so now I don't feel so bad that we're missing out on O-Town with Nick.
Yes.
But it would be nice to have O-Town and Nick together. I really like all of these bands combined.
Yeah, I like that they like support each other and their help. I don't know, it's fun. It's really cool.
We had that AJ and Joey tour that happened like earlier this summer, and stuff. It's nice to see the different boy band members doing things.
Because if you grew up in the 90s, they're always pinned against each other and you can't be friends and all this. But like as you got older, you're like, oh, that's so cool that they're together, they're friends. They've bonded
peace and harmony and full
know.
of boy bands. Like, who doesn't want more boy bands, really?
Who doesn't? Exactly.
Boy band to Palooza.
Always a good time, you know?
Yes. So congrats to those. I feel bad. I have my one friend who actually lives in California. So she got all excited and then realized her date is not one of the ones that O-Town's going to be at. And she's like, son of a bitch. I was like, that sucks. So
is she going to go to a different one or?
I don't know if she's near any.
I think we should mention also the date was changed to October something to the 18th.
For which?
I believe the second date, October 18th, was October 20th previously, or October 21st.
Oh, okay, and they had to move it?
And they had to like reschedule to October 18th. Something about logistics.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Speaking of things that have nothing to do with anything, you know, our good buddy there, our good buddy AJ.
Oh, AJ,
made some notes at one point in time, has been saying shit all summer that there's going to be this giant Backstreet Boys announcement.
Some announcement was going to happen in September.
As of the time of this podcast, it is the 27th. You have 3 days, AJ. 3 days.
This is why he should not say anything, because fans are like, where is the announcement, AJ?
Where's the announcement, buddy? We're dumb because I didn't believe you, but other people, you know.
I also didn't believe him, but if it happened, I'm like, okay, that's good. Thank you, AJ. But yes, alas, we know that it's not.
We love you anyways, buddy, and we appreciate
we love you
Obviously,
anyway.
We know there's a lot of behind the scenes shit and scheduling and whatever, but for shame. Fool us once, shame on me. Fool us twice, shame on you. I don't know, whatever.
Oh yeah, but like, how many times can you fool us if we're believing you?
Speaking of people who are claiming things that are happening.
Oh wait, also to go back to AJ for one moment.
Yep.
On his Instagram, he celebrated 3 years of being sober. Congratulations, AJ. We're so proud of you. He was saying how much he now has like self-love. He loves himself finally. He's true to himself. So we're proud of you.
Here's the thing. So if you're looking, it's AJ_McLean, and it says, what a day, what a day, what a day. 3 years. So this was the 26th that he posted, September 26th. 3 years sober today, and I do not take it for granted. I am grateful, I am blessed, and more importantly, I am happy. I can say with confidence, I love the person I am today. I can look at myself in the mirror.
He finally has it.
Nice. Finally found
so proud.
I can look at myself in the mirror and like who I see. I can look at my daughters and be present here and now for them. Thank you for not giving up on me. If you are hurting or know someone who is struggling with addiction, there is help out there and people who can be there to walk you through it. Thank you to my family and friends and my amazing sponsor for keeping me on track. Thank you to this program and what I've learned. Hi, my name is Alex and I'm an alcoholic and an addict. I will always be that, but living the sober life now and forever as long as I keep doing the work. God bless you all and I love you. Congratulations, AJ.
Yes, congratulations. Obviously, if you grew up with AJ and the Backstreet Boys, you know his like struggle. But yes, so anytime this can have like 3 years or any type of years, even months, like you celebrate it, right? Because it's hard work.
For sure. And AJ has been through so much and he's seen so many people. And like, I remember when we were at like Aaron's memorial, he was talking about how he doesn't have one more relapse left in him. And like the next time he would be dead. So I think it's really great that he is working so hard to get through this and continue his sober journey. And I think he's doing great.
And to have his support system there with him to help him through things. It's really good. So good on you, AJ.
Yay, AJ. Aji. Okay, so what else were we going to talk about? Oh,
and you know another big announcement that we heard in the last couple of weeks?
Oh, yes.
Who just finished a tour that we saw in Toronto?
Who just finished the New Kids on the Block
is going to have a Las Vegas residency.
Woohoo! So they are I didn't see that they added these other dates. Interesting.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's 2026.
New shows added due to demand on my birthday. Wow.
Oh, there you go. So not this year, obviously, because we're October, but next year in 2025, June 20th to July 5th, and then November 1st to the 15th, and now in 2026, so just over a year and a half away, February 14th, Valentine's Day, to February 28th, they are adding some more shows. So
due to demand, see?
That's
Las Vegas is very good for any type of artist now. Before it used to be these are for old people, but nope. Any type of artist. Christina Aguilera also just finished up in Las Vegas residency.
Nice.
So
very cool. All right, here is the letter that they posted with it. Dear Blockheads, we are so excited to announce New Kids on the Block, The Right Stuff, our first ever Las Vegas residency. The Right Stuff will be an electrifying, one-of-a-kind concert experience that you can only see in Vegas. We are so excited to be building this show and production that is so unique. There is only one place to see it, and that's Las Vegas. This is something we have always wanted to make happen, and we have all kinds of surprises we are dreaming up for our blockheads. See us up close and personal at the Dolby Live at Park MGM starting June 20th, 2025 through July 5th, 2025, and November 1st to the 15th, and February 14th to 28th. Blockheads, you know, if we're going to do Vegas, we're going to do Vegas. New Kids on the Block style. That means over-the-top concerts and many added ways for us to all be together in Las Vegas and make new memories together. So stay tuned for more info on additional events to be announced, such as pool parties, after parties, solo band member events and shows, and the first ever immersive New Kids on the Block Right Stuff experience and merch pop-up and much more. Please be aware that some of these added events may require a separate reservation or ticket to attend and do not include appearances by New Kids on the Block.
That's good to have some fine print there.
Yeah. See you in Vegas next year. Donnie, Danny, John, Jordan, and Joe.
I feel like New Kids on the Block are like when they promote something or they say something, they usually like make it happen. Good. So like whatever they're writing there is like
the blockheads are
pretty good about coming through for their fans.
For sure. So what you need to know.
Oh, and sorry, I just want to mention one thing. Because they're doing this, they won't be doing the Block Con or a cruise.
So and
that's good to know because then the fans can spend their money on this and go all out.
So I feel like a lot of people were kind of hesitant and asking questions. So now they know, okay, we don't have to pay for Vegas and a cruise. It's just going to be Vegas now. So, and
which is good because Vegas is a pretty penny, especially nowadays after COVID times.
Like, yes, you can get deals and like whatever, but it can. So I was reading a thread and someone's like, oh, great. This is so much cheaper than a cruise. And they're like, not really. Because on a cruise, things are included. So it is and it isn't. Like you can, if you live in the area, you can drive. So you don't have to pay airfare or whatever, or you can get a cheaper hotel because so there's ways to make this cheaper, but then there's also going to be more expensive. Like the concert tickets.
There's pros and cons to everything.
And then you have to buy food and all that stuff, right? So, whatever. But we've gone to how many Backstreet Boys Las Vegas did we do? 4? 6?
Yeah, because we went like 3 days for the March break one year and then 3 times again for the March break the other year.
Right. Yes, that's what
so I think it was 6.
So you can do Vegas on a budget if you don't want to do all the other stuff. But
and there are like hotel deals. Like we got a pretty good deal.
Yeah. So they apparently have some deals too. I have not actually looked at any of the pricing, but let's see what we got here. So, and the good thing about Vegas, as opposed to like a big venue, like in your hometown, there's no like lawn seats or anything. Everything is a fairly good seat. Like,
yeah, there's a good view everywhere.
There's a good view anywhere you're sitting. Like it's not the same venue the Backstreet Boys were at. But like for ours, like,
but it looks like in the seating like picture I saw, it looks pretty like
similar chart,
intimate and
yeah. So that's kind of the good part about Vegas. So even though the tickets are expensive, it's going to be whatever. But okay,
I feel like it's going to be worth it because you're like if you go like a few times, I feel like.
And if you're going to a few shows and the same thing, you're already paying for that hotel and flight, so you don't have to pay it again, right? So
yeah.
Right. So anyways, it says show and venue. The show will be like no other, designed to immerse you in a heart-pounding night of hits, spectacle, celebration, and showmanship. And you can only see it in Vegas. The intimate, state-of-the-art venue is perfect spot, and we are honored to join the ranks of artists like Bruno Mars, Lady Gaga, Usher, Aerosmith, Ricky Martin, and so many more who have staged shows in this world-class venue in Las Vegas. VIP ticket packages and upgrades. Several VIP ticket upgrades are available. The return of bar stools. Blockheads love the bar stools. They're the ones that are all across the stage, like the front row, and you're in.
Yeah.
They include a meet and greet, backstage tour, and more. They have an all-new package. The highly limited banquet VIP tickets include meet and greet, VIP lounge, backstage tour, and more. Upgrades. Now, this is interesting because I don't know if any of you guys have been to any of the other New Kids on the Block shows, but their packages all include tickets. So, and especially this past summer, like you had to have like a special magic ticket to then get an other upgrade so you could be on the stage. And if you had shittier seats, you weren't allowed to upgrade and stuff. So this is the difference. So all other meet and greets are available via an upgrade, which means you can pick your seat in different locations and price points. Upgrades will go on pre-sale shortly after the ticket pre-sale is open. So if you're like, man, I really want to meet them, but I don't have the money to be like second row or whatever, you could get a nosebleed ticket and then just upgrade to have your meet and greet.
I think that's good. I'm glad they did that.
I think that I like that because it seems a little less elitist than in the past. Like other people are like, I don't have thousands of dollars to spend. Like I want to do that, but whatever. Or I want to sit with my friend, but I want to do the meet and greet. And they're like, my friend doesn't want to pay like $1,000 for a ticket, right? So this is good, especially when you go to Vegas. A lot of people will bring their husbands or whatever, and they can. And
so most times the husband doesn't want to pay like $1,000.
No, for sure, because they don't want to meet them or whatever. Yeah. So, like obviously some do, but anyways. Or if you're going with a friend and they're like, okay, it's really expensive to get to Vegas. Cool, I'll come with you, but I can't afford a meet and greet. At least you can do it separately, so that's cool.
Yes.
So it says photos will be taken on stage for real. The VIP sit in on the entire meet and greet and also watch from the seating area. VIP guests get priority access to other events and activities when they are announced. So that would be like the solo events and things. And these events may require separate tickets. Due to the more intimate size of the venue, we highly recommend utilizing the Block Nation pre-sale to gain the tickets, VIPs, and upgrades. And then the regular tickets.
As we saw, they've added more shows, so the demand is there.
The demand is there. Lots are in the works. Yes, so there's the Right Stuff Experience, which is going to be an exhibit with photo ops, memorabilia, behind-the-scenes look at New Kids on the Block, and a merch pop-up. So they're going to do a bunch of. There's also you can get special things, room rates. There's discounts and stuff. I'm just curious if I can see how much the VIPs cost. I'm curious for that.
I don't think they gave the price.
Have they gone on sale yet?
No. From my understanding, not yet.
Does it say when it is?
Or maybe they have, because the demand is there, right?
Okay, so
I don't know.
Okay, so let's just say June 20th.
Okay.
Opening night. Oh, it's not sure this tab instead. Is this on sale? Except it may still be pre-sale. Sorry guys, it's very slowly loading. Okay, no, we got there. So
there is. Okay, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to remember.
Okay, so there's floor, and looks like they have one of those kind of, what are those things called? Like a U-shaped stage that connects to the stage. So there's kind of like an inside part, and then there's ultra premium, and then balcony. So it looks like right now your cheapest tickets are balcony, and they're $100. That's not bad. That's not bad for a show in this day and age. Let's see how crazy expensive the closer ones are, though.
And sometimes the view on the top, it's pretty cool. So I think that's a pretty good price range.
Oh my God. Okay. Now, granted, this is official platinum. So this is where Ticketmaster screws you. Right now, second row tickets are $1,800. So that's a no from me, dog.
That's too much. You know how many tickets you can get for that if you
platinum. Like honestly,
got all the way at the top. You can buy like so many tickets.
You can buy your whole section up there for that price. Like Jesus. Okay, so it looks like standard tickets are about $165 in the 300 level, I guess. Maybe check another day. Hold on 1 second.
I feel like 300 level is pretty good view from in that venue.
We found again that if you do it looks like they're doing Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So if you are looking for a bit of a deal and you do have vacation time, suggest Wednesday, because Wednesdays are sold less because a lot of people can just get away for the weekend, so they won't be there. Let's see if
I believe Backstreet Boys is also Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
So for example, on Wednesday, your 400 level tickets are $85, and you tend to have a little more of a selection as well.
Yes.
These ones, I'm sure, are official platinum, so they're still $1,700 or whatever. But
when we went for Backstreet Boys, we were on the left pit for one day, and then the second day we were on the right side for the pit, and then the third day we went in the section 100 or section 200, one of those. I think it was section 100.
Yeah, and then they actually came out and like behind us and did like a thing. So
yes, kind of like how the New Kids on the Block had it for their show.
Right.
ESP also had it for theirs.
So basically, rule of thumb, your Saturday show is going to be more expensive. Friday, usually about the same. And then Wednesday will be slightly cheaper.
Yes. Because everyone like goes out for Saturday. I feel like Saturday is like the most popular night for that. Yeah. And then obviously Friday too, but I feel like Saturday is like the most popular because you don't have work.
Anyways, they have a whole bunch. It looks like the February dates are going to go on sale on October 1st. So that's Tuesday is the pre-sale. But yeah, that'll be exciting. I'm trying to see if I can find the VIPs. Oh, here it is. VIP upgrade. Oop, wrong one. Okay. So let's see if it'll tell us pricing here. Oh, what's interesting, it actually tells you the VIP is at 3 p.m. So at least you know.
Oh, wow. Because usually it's like the day before or 48 hours before.
Yes. So let's see what we got here. So it says you must already have a ticket to the concert to participate in the VIP upgrade. Tickets will be scanned at the door upon entry. One VIP admits one person. Okay. So the Right Stuff group photo VIP is in groups of 10, which is a classic New Kids on the Block VIP thing. Mm-hmm. So then you sit in on the New Kids on the Block meet and greet session from start to finish. VIP check-in with early entrance, early merchandise shopping, exclusive New Kids on the Block meet and greet laminate, and on-site VIP staff.
So is the VIP just a picture? I always don't remember.
It kind of sounds like it. It doesn't sound like it's like a Q&A or anything. But they're not kicking you out right away. So you get to watch as everyone gets their pictures taken, I guess.
I don't know. For previous tours, did they do anything else, or was it just a picture because it takes so long to do 10?
I don't know. I thought there was different upgrades. Wasn't there a different upgrade, or that's the only one right now?
I could have sworn we saw like so much information on their website about different like packages.
Oh my gosh, some of them are already sold out too.
Oh wow.
So the June, I'm gonna pick a random date, July 2nd. Let's see. Okay, this one still lets you get tickets. Okay, let's see how much it costs. So $445.21. So basically, it looks like it's only showing one package. I'm not seeing another one. So
oh wow,
this is the group photos on stage, and then you get early entry and merchandise shopping and stuff. So
how much is it usually for a New Kids on the Block VIP? Like for the other tours, do you remember the price? Is this like similar pricing, or is it more because it's Vegas?
That is a good question. I'm trying to think. I went a few tours ago, so I got the cheapest one, which was like $400. I believe.
So then maybe it's like on similar.
Oh
on
yeah,
par.
so it seems kind of on par to what they that they have. Kind of sucks that there's no like. Maybe they do talk. I don't know, but I'm trying to think. No, in the past it's just been like the one that I went to years ago. It was just the photo op. Like you can't. We got 2 drink tickets. I remember that, and then you just kind of did your photo op and then left. So.
I guess because there's so many people there
yeah.
and it takes so long to get everyone doing the pictures.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why it's starting so early if the concert's at like probably 7, right? But I guess so you have time to chill and whatever. So yeah, that's interesting.
So in Vegas, wasn't the show when we went to Backstreet Boys, didn't they come on at 9 p.m.?
They did.
So
yes, it was very late.
Yes, so maybe that's why they're doing 7 p.m. They want to make it earlier.
I'm kind of curious though about how you have to scan your ticket to get in. Are you allowed out afterwards? Because what if you want to eat dinner? I'm sure the venue doesn't.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know. Decisions, but yes, there you go. But anyways, it's not.
So that's fun and exciting.
Totally
Another boy band doing Vegas. That's cool.
And and like obviously, yes, the price is high, but that's not like crazy high. Because
that's like on par.
That's
I think Backstreet was
and
like
to
that
actually
too.
Get a picture, like because a lot of like, especially the newer artists, they charge a lot for their VIPs, and you do not get. Some of them you don't even get to meet
I feel like
them.
most of them charge like over 1,000.
Like, oh, here's some random crappy merch or whatever.
You're lucky, like you even get a picture with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like even stand, like sometimes you can't even like touch them, right? You just stand there.
Yeah, that's true. And New Kids on the Block will hug you and all that.
Yes.
All that jazz.
They'll make it a good experience.
Let me click this because it says tickets and VIP. I wonder if this is a different VIP. Let me pick a different one. Accept. So that is the upgrade, but
Are you thinking there's like tiers or?
I'm wondering if there's a tier. Let me get back to reading that page. Am I just dumb? Did I not read it properly? I don't know.
I don't know. On the website,
yeah, the Barstool stuff. Where's the Barstool?
Maybe they're not doing it this time. I have no idea.
Or maybe the Barstool's already sold out.
Oh, maybe.
Because the bar, yes, okay, I'm not crazy. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong page.
Yeah, I thought there was like more things.
There was, yeah, so that is just the upgrade. So there's also this banquet. And okay, so let's try another one to see. Probably like a Wednesday. Let's see what that happens there.
Yeah, let's see a Wednesday.
Of course, I have not picked. Okay. Let's do like Wednesday, November 12th. Maybe they have something. I am so dumb. You know what? I am dumb because I just realized that all the bar stools are around the stage, and I don't think that there's any. Okay, so they're all sold out. Oh, sorry, I'm not on the wrong. Okay, so I think they're all sold out. So I have no idea how much bar stools cost, and that includes all the other stuff. So
maybe that's why the stage is like that, because it'll be around.
So maybe that's why that price is like reasonable, because this does not include all the bar stool stuff and stuff.
Right.
So I wonder if I can find out.
Well, hopefully when people go, they let us know their experience.
Yes, because I don't know if I can afford to go, but price. I'm just trying to figure out if anybody had posted it. I don't know. Anyways, it was probably more than that. Maybe that was I feel like Barstool for Backstreet Boys. For New Kids is usually about 1,000-ish. I don't know if it's more in Vegas or what.
I think also because there's a ticket in that package, that's why it's so expensive.
Right. And it's a front row ticket, right?
Yes.
So I'm just going to check one more just to see. And this one is also all sold out. Okay, so maybe they've already just all sold out. So, but the plus side is you can still get the VIP upgrades. They don't appear to all be sold out yet. So
right. And they're adding new shows, and those are going on sale on Tuesday. So
I'm curious as to which members are going to do individual events. I'm assuming Joey
for
McIntyre.
sure.
I'm sure he'll do some sort of piano-y thing.
I feel like Jordan will do an event.
Maybe Jordan.
And I feel like Donnie.
I feel like Johnny, because there is a Wahlburgers in Vegas, so maybe he might do some events there.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like for sure Joey would do like an actual performance one. Jordan would more likely do a performance one as opposed
I feel like those three will probably do it.
Because I know he did, like, when they were on the Nick and Night tour, he did do like the brunches or something, but I don't know how well attended that was, because I know the Nick was doing like the brunches as well, or Jordan was doing breakfast. I can't remember.
He did brunch, and then Nick just did like a lunch.
Yes,
afternoon delight or whatever.
Yes, which was fun. But yeah, interesting. So who knows?
But yeah, I feel like those three, maybe even Danny.
I feel like Donnie would be more likely
play like the guitar.
Yeah, it could be, or maybe he might do something like. I feel like a lot of artists when they're in Vegas is Top Golf. Is that still there?
Yeah,
because Nick has done some events there.
Maybe Donnie and Danny would do an event together. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? So you know what? It'll be fun. And once we hear what kind of fun events they're doing, we'll let you know. But that
we'll chat about it. Let us know in the comments when you guys know.
Like sponsor us and send us to Vegas. We'll gladly go in your honor. That's
yes, we'll take one for the team.
That's what I forgot. So when we were talking about Nick, we forgot a couple of things. We forgot that he is doing Who Am I listening parties. So no food this time. So obviously he's doing his regular meet and greet, which I believe we've talked about before.
Yeah.
But this was also announced September 12th, and it is the Who Am I listening party. So it says, as you all know, Nick has been working hard in the studio to bring more new music to the Who Am I era, and now he's decided to let fans in select cities in on a little bit of what he's been working on. The Who Am I listening parties will include the following: entry into the event, obviously, one individual photo with Nick. It's none of that group shot bullshit. Get your hugs in. And an exclusive 3-song acoustic performance, followed by a Q&A with Nick. This event is separate from the VIP soundcheck and the meet and greet and the Who I Am concert, and will take place earlier in the day. So he'll do a listening party first, and then he'll move into the regular meet and greets, and then he'll do the concert. So it's kind of like an all-day event. So if you're
there's a lot going on in that day.
There's a lot going on.
I feel like I saw the time for this one. I think for Toronto it says at 1 p.m. I believe on the website. I saw 1 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like it's similar. Like meet and greet is the same. He's doing Q&A. He's singing a couple songs, I think.
So the main thing on this one, it said that it was.
But this one, he's sharing his songs on the album.
Yes. Where is it? Okay. I thought I saw somewhere that it's like a smaller event, though. It's not.
Yes, it's intimate, I believe, is the word that they use.
The word that they use, but I'm not seeing it on this part. So maybe I read it on Twitter or something.
Maybe
smaller than the regular meet and greet. Okay, and so it's only on a few dates. September 30th in Toronto is the first one. Then the 4th in Niagara, so only the one Niagara day, not both. Ottawa. So apparently it's very Canada heavy here. So we have Ottawa, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Vancouver, and then in the American ones we have Bremerton, Washington, Cerritos, California, Red Bank, New Jersey, Newcastle, Connecticut, then Montreal, Quebec, which I'm sure is probably sold out, and Las Vegas, Nevada. So from what I'm hearing from people on Twitter, they're not selling well. So if you want a more intimate experience, you should pick this. So, exactly. Because you said Montreal might be sold out, I don't think it is. Montreal is always sold out. I don't know. Some people were saying that it looks like they haven't sold a lot. Maybe 10. Can you see how many they've sold? If you try to add a whole bunch into the cart, what happens? Just randomly. I'm not logged in, right? Okay, I'm just going to delete that because I don't want to accidentally be charged $6,000 that I don't have.
That's crazy, yeah. But yeah, go to Montreal. I feel like there's a lot still there too, is from what people are saying.
I'm sure there's a way. I know in the past I've been able to like check and see how many things are left, but I can't remember how we do that. So I'm just going to not do that. And yes. But anyways, if you're still interested,
if what people are saying is true and they haven't sold that many, I think that this is an opportunity
that is a good
for you to buy it, and then that way it's an intimate. Like
I am disappointed
people are only there. That's going to be an amazing time.
I am disappointed that no food is included, but whatever. It is what it is. Oh, here it says extremely limited availability, but it doesn't say how many. So. If you're in the area, if you're part of the Nick Carter fan club, he was also giving away some. And I think they were announcing it 4 days before the show. So I think. And then there's
another thing that they were doing. I think he put it on Twitter. Band in Town was like giving away tickets.
Yeah. So they are giving away just like a regular meet and greet and tickets. However, after I entered, I actually read the fine print, not available for the Canadian dates. And you have to enter by October 1st.
Okay, so I also entered, and then I was like, okay, maybe I should read the fine print before I enter.
Yes. And my favorite part is like, you need to enter by October 1st, but it had all the dates, including the dates in September. And I was like, does this include a time machine so you can fly back in time to go to the show? But yes. So, anyways, so if you have any Nick stuff.
I think because it's very expensive, right? Like it's almost $400.
Yes, for sure. Canadian or American?
Canadian. Well, maybe American.
Probably American. But yeah, if you have the chance and you want to go, if you have some moolah lying around, go check it out. Nick does well at these
events are very good. Like when we did the Afternoon Delight, they were fun.
Yeah. He does. He's fun and
he's a good time. Like I said,
and especially in a small group like that, if you have the means to do it, then YOLO, go do it because he is good times. I think that was it for Nick. O-Town. That. Yes. So yeah. So he is touring from now until I want to say the end of November, but I could be wrong.
I believe end of November.
Okay, so September.
And this is his second leg of the tour because the first leg was so successful, is what they said in the email.
Yes. Okay, sorry. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. Okay, so San Ramon, California is the last one on November 23rd. So basically October, November, he's gonna be doing stuff.
And those last California dates are close to where Las Vegas, so he doesn't have to go far.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I realized he was doing he's doing a few Vegas dates. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so his family can go.
That's nice. And then he can go home and sleep in his own bed that night.
That's right.
Enjoy.
Exciting.
So that'll be a fun tour. And for those who went last year, apparently he has switched up the set list a little bit.
Yes, on the live, he said, if people have gone, you've seen the show, he has totally changed it up. So I was like, great.
I feel like as much as I always enjoy seeing him, I feel like last year there was a little too many covers of older songs that we may not have been extreme fans of or whatever. But, just like your own music. You got lots, buddy. You might as well just.
I think because it's a culmination of his 31-year career.
Yes. And this is.
That's why, the 80s, he loves the 80s music. So that's why he's incorporated the 80s. And I guess those artists are some of his favorite songs from those artists. And that's why he did it.
No, fair enough. Totally get it.
And I think he showed a picture of a video that he's doing, I believe, for Dirty Laundry.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
I did not see that, but
it was on his Instagram a month ago or something.
Okay. All right.
I could also be making it up.
No, that sounds.
But I feel like I saw this picture of a video that he's doing. Someone was saying it's possibly for Dirty Laundry.
I could look that up, but I don't know where. Okay. Yes.
So yeah, so it's I hope, because someone was saying that the song "Made for Us" is not in the show anymore, and I was like, that's one of his best songs.
Oh, I love that song. I could.
Yeah, me too. That's one of my favorite songs. I was like, excuse me.
I thought somebody posted a set list that it was. Maybe I'm.
I don't know. I think maybe it was for a couple of shows. He didn't sing that one, and I was like,
I guess we'll know in a few days.
Song in this set list.
So obviously we're going to do a recap of our Nick week, but it probably won't air next week because we'll probably be recording it next week after the shows, because the last show was on a Saturday. So maybe we'll record on the Sunday. So it'll probably be the following week when it's posted.
Yes, which is fine because he's still on the tour.
He is still on the tour because this is the beginning part of it. So
yeah.
Okay, speaking of random tours, what do we got next here?
Not a random tour, but like a continuation of a tour from Pop 2000.
Okay.
Is that what you're leading to?
No, which one's that one?
Chris and the dancing?
Oh, okay. I guess we could do that one. Yeah.
Oh no, what were you doing?
I was just going to quickly mention, oh my God, I just lost the page again.
Sorry, I thought you were.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No, we can talk about that for sure. So,
whatever.
This one, if I don't know if you guys are aware of the Moffats, they're Canadian.
Right, I forgot. I forgot about them already. Okay,
this was actually so the twins. So obviously the Moffats was Scott Moffat was the older brother, and then the triplets were Dave, Clint, and Bob. Clint and Bob are identical twins within the triplet. So they have a band called Music Travel Love. So they are actually going to be in Toronto on November 15th at the Elgin Theatre. And with special guest, their triplet, Dave Moffat, is going to be there as well. So, so they're going to have a meeting. So
is the fourth one like...
Scott was always kind of like the...
Do they hate him or are they still close?
You know what? I haven't really been keeping up with the Moffats, but they were one of our first bands that I ever met. So...
I do remember the Moffats, yes.
Yes. So anyways, if you're in the Toronto area, then they unlock press. So
would they do songs from the Moffats? Because that's what people know them from, or they would do new songs that nobody knows?
I don't know. I think they got to do at least a couple of their own, like a couple of the hits, I feel for sure. Like I'll Be There For You or something. I don't know.
Remember, like you went to Hanson and you thought it was going to be like this one album, and they did an album that they came out with like the day before, and you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. So anyway, so might as well. I'm sure it's not that expensive. I'm actually curious how much Moffat tickets are.
Does it stay there?
Share this tab instead. Let's see. Just Ticketmastering it up today in today's episode as we go around as it slowly loads.
Ticketmaster is the monopoly, right?
Yes. Oh, it is. Oh, they're not on sale yet. So, okay.
It looks like some of them.
They just had the pre-sale ticket code. 1 second. TA Lent. Okay, 1 sec. Un momento, por favor.
She's just writing in the search bar.
There we go. Okay,
there we go.
Tickets
now it's coming
are $91 for the balcony. Jesus. And then up front are,
I guess they're
$182. Jesus, maybe we won't.
I think they're doing that because they need to make some money so they can pay all the people that are in their entourage, or.
Okay. Don't
they like have those kinds of prices because they need to pay like.
Yeah,
the venue, they need to pay like
artists. Yes, it's not like they're paying at like a club for $20. But anyway,
because like that's very high. I would have put like at least $50, like I don't know, $30 or $50. But they're not going to make any money if it's like so cheap, right? I don't know.
You never know. It could get cheaper closer to the day. However, what I'm saying here is that their VIP, which is a photo op in its second row, is $182. So if you're a Moffat fan or a Music Travel Love fan, that's not terrible, because New Kids over there are charging $450 just for a quick picture. And this one, you actually get the ticket in the second row as well, right? So
yeah, that's true. I don't know. I'm not like trying to justify it, but like it's very expensive, obviously, because
No, for sure.
the
If-
Moffats,
if
I
you
don't know,
were a
they haven't
huge
been
Moffat
doing music
fan,
for like how many years? Like 15
Yeah,
years. They haven't been seen anywhere. So,
yeah.
but
so it looks
I'm
like-
guessing they're doing this high of prices because they need to make some money.
yeah. So yeah, we'll see. Keep an eye on it. So it appears to be the only show. I don't know if they're doing any other shows. Let me check. 1 second. Ticketmaster.
I didn't know like Elegant Theater does concert, like is like a concert place as well. That's cool. I just saw the Elegant Theater was only for like plays and stuff.
Plays. Yeah, no, I think I've seen concerts there before.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
This appears to be their only date. So this is the only concert they have going on. So
Okay, so they're gonna see how it sells, and then if it's good, they might do more.
who knows? Who knows? So yeah. So that was the Moffats. What else did we want to do? Oh, Robin Allen commented and let me know that there is a boy band on The Masked Singer.
Ooh.
So in the past, we've had Jeff Timmons from 98 Degrees. We've had Nick Carter was the pink
He
crocodile.
was the crocodile.
Jeff was Piglet. Joey Fatone was the white rabbit.
Chris Kirkpatrick was some weird thing.
What the hell? Why don't I remember what Chris was? He the hummingbird?
Yes, I believe so.
Chris
Something
was the
like
hummingbird.
that.
God, why can't I remember what? Wow.
You can always look
I'm
it
a
up.
terrible Chris fan, yes. Anyways, so there's been a lot of boy bands.
I think that's pretty cool. And then Nick was like second place. So I think he was second place, right?
What is the show called? Masked Singer.
Yeah, I think he got second place, Nick Carter.
Yes, he was the hummingbird. Okay, yes. Yes, Nick got second place. So
he
right
was second
now-
place for 2 shows, The Masked Singer and Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, because he lost to Bindi Irwin on the Dancing with the Stars.
And then the other one was, what's her name? Oh my God. Leanne Rimes.
Oh, yes, that's right. Okay, so The Masked Singer season 12. Can you believe they're already on season 12?
No, after Nick, I was like, oh, okay.
I know, and I don't watch the show that often, but I
I
just think it's
literally
really
only
funny.
watched for Nick, and I was like, oh, cool.
Basically.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny that people who have been on the show constantly post about The Masked Singer, and I was like, is this like in your contract? If you were on The Masked Singer, you now have to like talk about it for the rest of your life? I don't know. So,
Basically, I think that's yes.
All right, so who is the Buffalo? What we know so far about the contestant. Buffalo's debut of season 12 left everyone in awe, especially since there was a major twist in episode 1. When the Buffalo first walked on stage, Judge Alan Thicke immediately said that he moves like an athlete. In the clue package in the episode, Buffalo said he was raised in the grasslands, sleeping in roach-filled beds at night and practicing at bus stops during the day. He said he had a big break at a cattle call. So that's more of like a boy bandy type thing.
Mm-hmm.
A slot machine then showed pictures of late actress Betty White and Wheel of Fortune's Vanna White, leaving judges scratching their heads. Buffalo said he had made it to the Walk of Fame after starring in 2 of the biggest sitcoms of all time. He was holding a roll of film in the clue package. The masked character then said he hit the jackpot and couldn't have done it alone. So like that, you got kind of get like Vegas-y vibes here.
Yeah.
So Buffalo performed I Just Died in Your Arms by Cutting Crew in the first episode. However, it turned out Buffalo is more than one person. 2 more Buffaloes appeared on stage, signaling that it was a boy band of sorts competing together. It became obvious very quickly that the folks behind the masks have singing experience due to their harmonies and overall stage presence. So who is the Buffalo's Masked Singer ambassador? This season, each contestant has a Masked Singer ambassador, someone who has been on the show before that they are close to. Buffalo's Masked Singer ambassador is boybander Nick Lachey, who won season 5 as Piglet. Nick said that Buffalo is the center of attention at his Super Bowl parties. The ambassadors will be giving each competitor a gift this season to provide another clue as to who is under the mask. Buffalo's gift was a crown. Could this mean that Buffalo is music royalty? Possibility is very likely. Inside the judges' guesses for Buffalo. Jenny McCarthy said that Buffalo gave her B2K vibes. However, group member Omarion had already been on the show in season 5. However, it could be possible that the other members of the group are giving a go season 12. Rita Ora suggested Buffalo was Earth, Wind, and Fire because of the white clue potentially being a nod to group member Verdine White, while Robin thinks Nick is trolling the group and could have sent other members of 98 Degrees to come out to compete. He also said it could be someone like the Jonas Brothers or a group in that age demographic. So fan guesses for Buffalo, the most obvious guess is Boys to Men, with Betty and Vanna clue being a nod to their iconic music video for the song Doin' Just Fine, in which they wore all white outfits. The group also received a star on the Walk of Fame, Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2012, which ties to the mention of the Walk of Fame in the clue package. So I think it's very plausible that it could be them.
Yeah.
The other thing I could think of was like music royalty. The only one else I could think of was maybe like a Jackson 5, some members from there, but I don't know about all the other clues. But I feel like when I was looking in the comments, a lot of people were saying they think it's Boys to Men. So
I think that's a pretty good guess.
Singer has
they were
really
in Vegas
weird
as well.
hours. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and they were part of them when they did that thing. Some members, what was like O-Town, like not O-Town.
Yes, a boy band
like
holiday
Nick and AJ. Yeah, so there's a lot of like other things like that. So that kind of makes sense. So that would probably be them. But yeah, who knows? Keep watching that.
Yeah, why not, right?
So that was The Masked Singer. That was that. Okay, so do we have time for this like brief little article of annoyance? Do we not want to do it?
I don't know.
Basically, board.
Okay,
Panda.
we can just quickly do it. That's fine.
We don't have to read the whole thing, but they were just like making fun of our boy Chris for being 52
so
years
on the Pop 2K tour, Chris comes back or comes with the O-Town Boys and does some of the NSYNC songs.
Yes.
And Chris gets into it and he does the dance moves because he wants to give the fans like what they came for. So they do the moves. Yeah, and then I guess like on TikTok. Sorry?
Yeah, so I was just going to say that for those who don't know, who haven't been to a Pop 2K show, Chris hosts the show. So he introduces all the acts. He comes in between, makes funny jokes and sarcastic jokes. And he's just...
He's very good. Like, he's very good.
He's very good.
Very entertaining. But, I enjoy him.
And O-Town kind of backs him up as he does like kind of like an NSYNC medley of songs. Like first it was he just came in for half of Bye Bye Bye. And
then I guess because he got into it, they added more songs and then they added more of the dancing.
Yes.
So I guess like on TikTok, is it Gen Z?
Whatever they
I
are.
guess
They're
saw
like,
and like they're trolling him and we're like, this is cringe, I guess was one of the words that they used. And I was like, what do you expect
from
you?
It's great.
This man. He's 52 years old. And I think he did pretty well.
Like a broken arm earlier this year. And
I don't think anything was cringe about it.
And he does great. And O-Town does great with him.
Yeah, I think they did a great job. He did a great job. I don't understand what's cringe about this.
Keyboard warriors are cringe and they have nothing better to do. Like
I just think like the young people, like,
why are you going to?
I guess when you get to a certain age, they're like, you shouldn't be dancing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so basically,
the people who enjoy boy bands will continue to enjoy Chris and the rest of O-Town and when they're dancing. Because honestly, it's a really good show. And more power to you, Chris, for continuing on. We love you.
Yes. And speaking of boy banders from NSYNC, shout out to our buddy. I don't know why I keep calling him our buddy. They're all our buddies. Yeah, there we go.
They're all our buddies. Why not?
Lance Bass has released a Halloween book. It is called Trick or Treat on Scary Street. So it is out. He's doing a little bit of a book tour. I think it was just 2 dates. There's like Florida and I want to say LA. I could be wrong.
I think so. I believe
he's doing the rounds on some talk shows. He's doing some stuff promoting his little book.
I think it was on the Bravo show. What Happens Live with Andy.
Watch What Happened Live. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think there was like a snippet saying that Lance overheard Diddy saying that Justin should leave NSYNC. And then Lance was like, yep, I never liked him from that moment on.
Yeah, because there's some stuff.
And which is good because Diddy's in the news and he has gone to jail. So
yeah, so that's some interesting stuff going down there. So yeah. Okay, so I think that was all of the boy bandy updates. Apparently 98 Degrees' album is coming out October 18th. We haven't heard any updates since, so keeping our fingers crossed.
There's not another pushback.
But I believe they are doing a bit of a tour around this time as well, so nothing's coming close to Canada, so whatever. Just more boy bands shafting Canada, but I digress. So hopefully
eventually they come over. But at least Nick is coming and it's golden.
Hold on, I just remembered. Was 98 Degrees not doing some tour with? Hold on 1 second. Aren't Boys to Men going on tour on some of their tour dates?
Possibly.
Am I crazy or am I just delusional? I could have sworn that was some of their dates. Hold on 1 second.
That's possible.
They also have Eat to the Beat. Am I crazy?
Did you see this on Instagram or?
I've sworn, unless I'm thinking of a previous tour, but I know Boys to Men have toured with 98 Degrees before, so maybe that is another clue for the Masked Singer, because 98 Degrees
maybe yes,
so that would make sense. Hold on, Boys men.
What are you writing? What are you writing that you're laughing? What happened? Tell us.
So you know how in Boys to Men they have the 2 is 2 eyes, like Roman numeral, like
right.
What? Oh my God. I typed it very quickly, and instead of I, it wanted to autocorrect it to IN.
Okay, so I can see why you were laughing.
I did not click on that, so because that would have taken us somewhere entirely different.
Wow! Oh my God, that's funny.
Yes. Okay. So I don't know. They might be on tour with him. They might not. Maybe I'm just crazy. But anyways, they have toured in the past. And then, we had mentioned that we didn't mention this, but back in the summer. So I think these may have already aired, but when we were talking about New Kids on the Block, Jordan and Jonathan, so obviously Jonathan has his Farmhouse Fixer show. So they had a mini spinoff with Jordan, and it was called Farmhouse Fixer Camp Revamp.
Yes.
And then where they renovated a New England campground in New Hampshire as a vacation destination. So that was there. So can we watch any of these things in Canada or no?
I feel like we can. I feel like we looked it up and we weren't able to.
All right. Well, we'll see. But one last thing.
Maybe it's on YouTube. I don't know.
Yes. So this has nothing to do with boy bands, but it has to do with my birthday vacation last week, 2 weeks ago, maybe. So I went to Edmonton, Alberta to volunteer for the CCMAs, which is the Canadian Country Music Awards.
Fun.
It was a lot of fun. My friend Harry lives in Edmonton, and he let me crash at his place, which is awesome.
For the whole time?
Yeah. So I flew in Wednesday night, and then Thursday afternoon I had a volunteer shift, which was a really easy one. And then Friday and Saturday, because I picked up an extra one. So then I was doing production. So that was they're because they'd had closed, but I have volunteered for the CCMAs in the past. And I was like, I didn't realize, because I had looked up and the flights were super cheap. So I'm like, why not? Let me get away for my birthday week. And so
why not?
So I ended up going, and the only thing they're like, oh, we only have production left. It was like, oh, geez, what a shame, which means that you get assigned a celebrity and you hang out back. Like you have to make sure they get to all their things. And during the show, you have to make
wow. Of course you don't want that. What?
So yeah, so I did something very similar when the Much Music Video Awards were still around the last year. Remember that artist Bulo?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was in charge of her band to make sure her band got out on stage when they needed to and stuff like that. So this one was a little bit different. So yeah, so it was this production thing. So when I got there, I still didn't have my celebrity. So I didn't know who my person was. So I was like, okay, that's fine. And they're just
That's usually how it goes in the celebrity world.
Yeah, for sure. So they're like, we have a few that we're moving around, but just sit here. So basically on the Friday, it was really cool because we got to sit around and watch all the musical acts come in and practice their part, right? So, and then we were sitting kind of like in the seats, and then every once in a while when they would set up again, they would have a stand in for fans, because the way that the stage was set up, obviously there was the main stage, then it was kind of like a little like small stage, and then one across, so kind of like an anchor type stage. So between like the second stage, there's like two pits.
So you were a filler.
Yeah, so basically for camera blocking purposes.
Right.
So the way that they had was the two pits, and the one pit was only for celebrities. So anyone who was being nominated needed to be in the pit. So in case they won, they could just come up on the stage and collect their award, right? And then the other pit was like fans, but it wasn't like super crowded because the cameraman was in there. And then the rest of the floor was just regular fans. So they wanted us to kind of like stand in the different pits and do the thing as they were. Have I talked to you since I came back or no?
I saw the pictures of them on Facebook, but I have not heard about the stories.
Okay, so anyway, so we're like there and they're like, okay, we need you guys to go here. Or there was like a truck on the bottom. Okay, stand by the truck and we got to fix the lighting. And so it was basically just kind of like all day we were just kind of doing that. So then when I finally got my like assignment, it was for somebody who was a presenter. So he had been inducted. His name is Gilles Godard. He was inducted into the Canadian Country Music Hall of Fame. He's kind of like a publisher, owns Ole Records, so he does like music things. He had said that his wife had told me that he had bought some recordings and some of them were like Taylor Swift. So I feel like he's well off. But he also helped a lot of so he's kind of in the music industry. I had no idea who he was.
I've never heard of him, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So anyway, so super nice guy. But anyways, he wasn't there because the presenters only had to show up the day of. So the day before, so we're there. So they're just kind of like, so every time an artist would come out to perform, they would set up the stage with all the props and things because they would make them all different. And then they would perform the song 3 times minimum. Usually it was just 3 times. If they wanted to do it again, they could, but whatever. So the first time was just kind of testing your audio levels. Second time was like audio and the cameraman was just trying to figure out where he was going to stand during your thing. And then the third time was audio and video together. And they're like, okay, so the cameraman would be, okay, we're going to go this way, or they're just going to stand there. So whatever. So we're all standing there. And at this point, it's like near the end of the day. And we had already seen a bunch of people perform, like Katie Lang was there and other people. So a bunch of Canadian country artists. So we're like, okay, cool. So I'm like waiting. And now it was Thomas Rhett. So I have heard of Thomas Rhett. He's an American country singer.
Yes, I've also heard of this man before you shared that video, which was lovely to see. Yes. Congratulations.
He is a co-host of the award show. So he comes out, and at this point, so we're kind of like in the one pit, just along the edge. There was maybe 10 of us. So my friend Laura and them were all at like the front row of the main stage. Some people are on like the shaft of the thing. And I'm just standing at the very end as it kind of curves around. So he comes out and he starts doing his little song. So he starts up at the main stage, comes out, walks the one way, walks the other way, and then loops back to go back to the main part. So I'm just standing there. And then I'm thinking, you know what? I'm just going to pretend this is a boy band concert.
As you should. Why not?
I should. So I just like put my hand out up, like whatever, like, hey, I'm putting my hand up thinking, okay, he'll slap it as he goes by or whatever, right? So he comes by and then he just like grabs my hand. And I was like, okay. And then he kind of pulls it a bit, but then he lets go and walks away. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So he finishes the song, whatever. So like And then now they're setting up to redo the next part. So I go up to my friend Laura. She's like, "Oh my God, Thomas Rhett touched your hand," whatever. And I was like, "Yeah, that's cute. It's fun." I haven't had any like boy band musician interaction in a really long time, so it was nice to have that. So they're like, "Okay," and he was like chatting and stuff. So then they're starting up to do it again. So like, "Okay, everybody go back to where you were." And I'm like, at this point, I'm feeling a little awkward. Like I already got like the hand thing. Do I put my hands up again? I don't know. Whatever. So he goes and does his thing. So now I'm not like right against the stage. I'm like stepped back about like 2 feet or whatever. But as he's like coming by again, I want to do my inner boy bands. And I'm like pretending to scream and like shaking my hand like this, like, ah. So then he like points to me and gestures for me to come closer. So I come closer and he grabs my hand and then he twirls me. And I was not expecting that. And I fell out of my shoe. But whatever, I stayed upright, and then he finished the song.
That's good. Always good to stay upright.
Yes, so that was good. So then he's like, because I ended up stepping on myself because I had no idea what the fuck this guy was doing. And he's, "Ooh, I like that. We should do that." But I thought, in general, I should pick somebody to twirl. So then they go and do the final one. So these 2 girls are like, "Oh, you get all the attention. We want some attention." I'm like, stand beside me. Like, this is where he comes to give love. I will stand, like, whatever. So I'm like standing, basically not even paying attention at this point, because I'm hoping these other 2 girls get some Thomas Rhett love because they're huge Thomas Rhett fans and they're all excited. So he comes, he does his little walk, completely ignores them, and comes to me, grabs my hand, and is like, look at me in the eyes, singing with me, twirls me around, sings some more. Like we had a good moment.
To be fair,
yes,
you've already done the 2 previous, so he's like, "I'm just gonna stick with who I got,"
and I had
because I know this person
right now, but I had like bright red hair, like it was red. So anyway, so then he like comes back, finishes the set because that's his 3rd try. So they're like getting ready. So he's like, "I love it. Are you going to be here tomorrow?" I'm like, "Me?" He's like, "Yes, you. Are you going to be here tomorrow?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm working the event." And he's like, "Can you be here and do the twirl with me?" And I'm like, "Probably." I was like, "I need to know, like, I got to talk to my bosses first, but I will try, like, whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, I want you in the show. We're going to do this." And he's like, "We've already practiced, so we're good."
See, 3 times a charm. There you go.
So I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll make it work. We'll figure this out." He's like, "Okay, great." And he leaves. And then I'm like, now that he was the last one of the day. So we're like basically done for the day. So now we go back to like bring back our walkie-talkies and stuff. And and my friends were like, "Oh my God." And I was like,
that's exciting.
I get there and I'm like, "Okay, weird question, but Thomas Rhett requested that I twirl with him during the show. Can we do that? Like, I don't know." And they're like, "Okay, well, where is he performing?" So because we had a script that literally every minute was like timed out. It's like, this intro is going to do this is going to be this, like, this is the commercial break. So I looked and I found my guy, and then he was near the front. And then I looked to where Thomas Rhett was, and he was like a page and a half later. And I go, "He's about a page and a half." They're like, "Okay, you have a presenter. So once he does his presenting, like, you're done. You don't have to do anything. So you should be fine to go there. There's enough time. It's like a 20-minute break or whatever." And I was like, "Okay, cool." They're like, but then I'm thinking, like, I don't want to get like overly excited because, musicians are a little loopy.
Things can change, right? In show business,
they forget things and stuff. So I had mentioned it to the head boss, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sometimes he'll pick people from the crowd for things." So I was like, "Okay." So then I get a text from an unknown number that night. So I was telling my mom, and I'm like, "Oh, I might be on TV tomorrow, but I don't know, like, whatever." So I get this text, and he's like, "Hey, since you're doing the Thomas Rhett thing," because they had also said, "Well, we might switch your person in case it doesn't work out or whatever." So he's like, "Don't wear the volunteer t-shirt, just wear black." And then whatever. So I was like, "Okay." So I'm like, I guess it's happening if my boss has said it's okay. So I'm like,
well, if you're wearing black, I feel like that's a good sign.
Black anyways, because it's called like stage black, so it's all like behind the scenes. I
feel like that's a good sign, no?
Yeah. So I was like, okay. So now the next day they do a full dress rehearsal. So the whole like 2-hour broadcast start to finish to make sure that they can set up the stage quickly enough and everything works and whatever. So again, the presenter is not there at this point because they come later to just practice their like 2 lines. So they had like stand-in people who were like reading it. So it's like, oh, congratulations to whatever. So again, I have nothing to do. So I'm like standing in the pit because other people were like bringing their celebrities and whatever, right? So there was less of us in the pit. So now I'm like, I guess I'll just stand here for him when he gets to his part. So now I'm at his part and I'm standing in the same spot. I'm thinking he's probably not going to remember. And then he comes out and he's like, yes, you're here. We're good. We're going to do the twirl. And I was like, we got it, buddy. I got you.
You did it 3 times. He knows ya.
Oh, and I also said the day before, I'm like, oh, it's my birthday week and I flew in from Ontario. He's like, 1,000% we need to do this then, whatever. And I was like, okay.
There's the incentive. See? Yes.
I was like, all right, sounds good. So I'm like standing there and he's like, okay. And this time they only do the 1 shot, right? Just because they're keeping it going. So he does the thing, whatever. I'm standing there. I'm like, okay, he remembered I was going to be here. Everything's good. So we're standing there. He does his little thing. He does the other part. He comes to walk past me. And as I got my hand up, ready to go, and he walks right past me. And I was like, oh.
You forgot where you were? Or like, why?
There was not enough people there. Like, he would not have forgotten where I was. He just forgot to do the part. So he walked past, and now he's like walking the little shaft area to get back to like the main spot. And he's halfway during the shaft, and then he just like, his eyes like light up and he turns around because he was like, shit, I forgot to twirl. So
oh my God. So the light bulb came up in his head.
It was hilarious because you could see he was like into the song and singing. And then he's like halfway there. He's like, and like turns around and like looks at me and points. And then I'm like, so then I just put my finger on my head like an idiot, like this. And I twirled myself around. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? And at this point, he's trying not to laugh because he's still singing the song because I was like, okay, I'm doing my twirl. And then he finishes the song. So now they're like starting to set up for the next thing. And then he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I totally meant to twirl you. And I was like, it's okay, buddy. You got shit on your mind. You're fine. And he's like, no, we're doing it. We're 1,000% doing this during the show. We're in too deep now. We got to do this. And he's like, you know what? We're going to practice again. So then he just ran out and twirled me again. I was like, okay, we still got the twirl. We're good. Everything's great. I will see you in a few hours. I was like, okay, thank you.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I was dying. So anyway, so then the rest of the day goes. My guy comes, does his little thing. My guy was very punctual and like way ahead of time. So anyways, we did all the stuff, took him through the red carpet, all that stuff. So he had him waiting in the area that he needed to be. So anyways, we're all good. During the show, they said, get the people during the commercial break. And then it was before the commercial break. And they're like, where is them? So I had to run into the fucking crowd to try to get him to come out. Like, oh my God, it was. And then my microphone wasn't working. So I'm like, they're like, where is Jill? I'm like, I have him. And then they're like, your microphone's not working. I'm like, somebody tell him I have Jill. I'm almost there. So anyway, so he made it plenty of time. We could have waited until the original cue where it said to come during the commercial break, but that's neither here nor there. So anyways, Gilles does his part. Everything's great. He goes to sit at his seats. So now I'm like, what do I do now? Because like, I'm assuming I shouldn't have my walkie-talkie on me when I go out there. Like I'm supposed to look like a person in the crowd. And then I'm like, and how am I going to move? Because it was in the pit where the regular people are, not the celebrities. So I'm like, crap, how am I going to get these people to move? So I'm like, you know what? I have my all access pass because you needed it for backstage. So I was like, I'm just going to go. I'm going to try it out. So I go there. And luckily in that area, there was like 3 older ladies. I would probably put them like 60s, 70s-ish. So they're like because I figured if these are like teenage girls, it's going to be hard to get them to move from the stage. But whatever. So I knew I had some time and I went up to them and I was like, lady, and in between in the commercial breaks, the people were also saying like, if a cameraman needs to move you or something, you need to move and whatever, right? So they were kind of like, so they already had a notion that things could happen. So I went up and I was like, hey, I'm really sorry. I just need to get to the front of the stage just for the one song when Thomas Rhett comes out. And as soon as it's done, I'm going to leave. And they're like, and she's just like, because we might be doing something. She's like, oh, honey, I don't even know who Thomas Rhett is. And I was like, oh God. I was like, he's the host of the show and he's about to perform. Oh, okay, honey. Yeah, you do what you got to do. Okay. I'm like, okay. I'm like, so thankfully so I pull off my all access pass, obviously, and like, whatever. So I'm like standing there and I'm trying to get his attention when he comes out on the stage right before he does his thing. But now there's people there and I'm short. And there's this like tall cowboy guy in front of me. And I'm like, I don't know. So I think he might have saw me. I can't tell, but I'm like, hopefully he saw me. I'm on my tippy toes, whatever. So now it's like, okay, we're going to do it. He does his little part. He comes down. He comes to where I am. He passes me by again. And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? And then this time, instead of going up the little shaft part, he like sings a little and then he remembers me and comes back. But because the cameraman was following him there, he made an unexpected move to come back to me to do the twirl, which we did the twirl and he was singing. We had a good moment. And then he went that the second he came back to me, the camera cut to some other people in the audience. So
because he made the mistake of going a little bit farther.
Because he went too far and gave it. So whatever, I do my little thing. I'm like, okay, I did it. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm all excited. I'm like, oh, because another thing is you're not allowed to ask for pictures or autographs or something when you're working, right? It's not professional and you would be fired. So I was like, okay, so no one's going to believe this Thomas Rhett story. So at least I'll have the footage from TV and I feel like, oh, look, there I was, right?
And then he missed the mark and then you don't even get that. So
then I come out and my friends are, and Josh is like, you weren't on TV. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, this is what happened. And I was like, son of a bitch. So now I don't even have this picture. And I'm like, oh. So at this point, there's only like 20-ish minutes left of the broadcast. And they never specifically told us what to do when our people were gone. I'm like, do we just leave? Do we hang out backstage? I don't know. So I figured, you know what? Might as well hang out backstage. So backstage, there's like this big TV that's showing exactly what's happening on the stage. So we're like, okay, so we're there. And the thing is, and so the show is about to end, whatever. And then we see them coming down and like shaking hands with the crowd and it's like all done. So I'm like, okay, there's two places he can go to come backstage. One is that side and one is this side. I'm 99% sure he's going to come on the celebrity side. So I'm standing there and I have my phone ready. And I said to my friends that I made, and I was like, listen, I know we're not allowed, but I'm going to get a picture or a video because my moment is not there anymore. And they're just like, oh no.
You want the proof that you've done this.
I want some sort of proof here. So then they were like, but you can't. What if we get fired? I was like, okay, whatever. I'm like, I don't live in Edmonton, so I don't think I can get fired because the show is already done. So it's done. So it is what it is. What are they going to do? Kick me out? Probably, but whatever. YOLO. So anyway, so all the other celebrities start coming out and going to their dressing rooms and stuff. And the other host comes out and he's still not there. And I was like, did I guess wrong? Or is he just busy like shaking people's hands? So I determined he was still like talking to fans in the crowd, right?
He was mingling
and doing the thing. So now finally it's like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to give him like 5 more minutes and then I'm leaving because now it's just us awkwardly standing there saying like, good job to the celebrities as they come by, right? So then, ow, I just hit my elbow. So anyway, so then he comes out and I was like, oh, perfect. And then he sees like a friend of some other guy there and he's like talking to this guy. I'm like, I'm about to lose my moment here. So then I was just like, hey. And then he's like, hey, yeah, we did it. We nailed that. So he like comes to high five me. He's like, we nailed that twirl. We did such a good job on the twirl. Yay, us. We're awesome. And I was like, yeah, it was so awesome that they cut it from the broadcast. And he's like, what? I was like, I know. They cut to somebody else and our moment was lost. And he's like, that's terrible. And I'm like, I know. He's like, I'm like, kind of sounds like we need to recreate that. He's like, yeah, we do. Give somebody your phone. I was like, already done, buddy. Right.
That was your in right there.
So then I'll see if I can share this. Hold on. I don't know if it'll work.
See? And that solves the problem of not getting fired because the artist is the one that brought it up.
He's the one there. So I don't know if you can see it. So here we are twirling. We're dancing.
And you both looked into the camera. That's fantastic.
And then we hug.
And then you got a hug.
And he said, love ya, as he like walked.
Amazing.
So yeah, so there's So for the actual,
I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah,
What a wonderful
it was a good
birthday surprise there.
It was a lot of fun, and I was like, I'm glad I got it because I was so disappointed. I'm like, we've had all these, and then I'm like, okay, stop being a greedy asshole. You've literally held his hand 5 times already by like the practices and stuff. So it's like, okay, some people didn't get any moment, but I was just like, but I want a moment. So.
But you were so close, so I understand.
So anyways, it worked out. I did not get fired.
That was great. I feel like that was even better.
So yeah,
a great way to end it.
It was, honestly, it was a really great end to that event, and it was good. And then stole some popcorn on my way out, and yeah, so which I had as a snack the next day because I went to go visit my friends Paul and Adam in Calgary.
Yes,
so
I saw those pictures. Lovely, so nice.
Popcorn for breakfast. It was great. And then I met
whatever works.
Bob Steele as well. He's a radio DJ in Calgary. So hung with him. I didn't get to see Mookie this time. He was away for the weekend, which kind of sucks. But yeah, it was all fun. Like got to see a bunch of people and had a really great Thomas Rhett moment. So and now
what a nice birthday
in Toronto next year. So I'm like, do I get tickets to go see Thomas Rhett? I don't know. So anyways, long story long, it was a lot of fun.
Awesome. What a nice birthday week that you had.
It was good times. So, all right. Well, this episode is way long, so I feel like we should end it here. But yes, boy band.
Well, thank you for sharing your experience. It was lovely to hear it. And I'm glad that you had a wonderful birthday week.
Thank you.
And then you had more birthday fun as the weeks went on and the days went on.
Yeah,
and that's what it's all about. Celebrating yourself. Why not?
Why not? Yes. So thanks for taking a break with us, guys.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening. Bye.